All right. Welcome, everybody, to episode 33 of the Rollerblading podcast with my special guest, Cody Sanders. Welcome, Cody.
Woo. Hi,
You're
how's it
looking
going?
great. I hope
We're
all is
here.
well. We
We
are
made
here.
it. Yeah,
We're doing it.
I dressed up nice for your podcast.
I appreciate it. You look fantastic. Kind of like a younger Fabio,
They're sick.
you
Cool.
know. So looking pretty
Okay.
good. You're looking pretty sharp.
All right.
So
Appreciate
Cody is a skater that many of you probably know. Some of you might not, but he is a Texas skater from Tyler. Originally lived in Austin, lives in Austin. He's very ingrained in the Texas rollerblading scene, especially the Austin scene. And he's started a YouTube channel. Well, not really started when you've had one for a while, but you've refocused it into Jumbo, which we're going to talk about all that stuff. But before we begin any of that, I want to mention that first of all, thank everyone here for watching this episode. It's been 3 months since the last one, which was episode 32 with Tom Heiser. It's been my winter hiatus. I've been really busy with a bunch of different projects, and I spent 64 days skiing. So there it goes. So it's been busy. Ski season is over next week, and it's going to be full-on blading season again with podcasts coming every week. And the next podcast is already planned, and that's going to be next Sunday, Easter Sunday. I believe it's the 8th, and that's going to be with another Austin skater, Michael Kraft. So
sick.
That's going to be a fun one.
Fun.
Yeah. So Michael, let's just talk Michael real quick, because Michael, he's always been good, but I feel like now he's at his peak skating. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. So this is funny. He'll hate me for saying it, but I don't care. He was all like, "Yeah, I want to be." I want to skate a little more serious right now. I don't want to just be like, I want my skating to be viewed more like taken more seriously. So I think he's put in that little extra effort. I like that he's playful, but I think he's just really trying to keep it real dialed. And now that he's doing that too, people are really understanding it. And I think also rollerbladers' minds just opened more, especially during the pandemic. Everyone started skating, wizard skating, doing whatever. And, more people are more open to a lot of different forms of skating.
Mm-hmm.
And also, once you start doing that, you start gaining respect for that movement.
Right.
And I say movement like the way he moves, not like the big wheel movement. I mean, like the way he's moving is so hard and complex, and you don't really get it until you try to do it. And then you're like, oh, gee, what the hell is a gazelle, and how are they doing it?
Right. I mean, it's a lot of it's from ice skating, And he is somebody who started with the wizard stuff a long time ago, and now he's doing it all on aggressive skates. He's got a rocker, his rocker set up, and we'll get into that with Michael next week.
Yeah, I don't want to steal his thunder, because he's got a lot of it.
So look forward to it. Here's a thumbnail for Michael for episode 34. But now we're going to get back to episode 33 with Cody. So Cody, I would like to know, first of all, how old are you now? I know you've been around for a while, the Texas scene, but...
whenever you get past 30, you have to sit and think about it for a second before you can remember how old you are. And I'm 35. I'm pretty sure I'm 35.
That's funny, because I never remember how old I am either, so I'm totally... and I'm a lot older than you, so you're going to have many years of forgetting how old you are, and then eventually you'll just forget everything because you'll be senile.
Yeah, no, straight up, man. I've looked 35 for a long time, though, because I have like a bunch of gray hair and stuff. Mm-hmm. So everyone's always all like, "Oh, what's up, daddy?" And I'm like, I'm not a dad or old. But yeah.
You were graying. I mean, it's been a while now, right? You got gray pretty early.
Yeah, I know.
You can see some of my beard. It's starting to gray out a little bit right there, a little white.
Yeah.
It's just going to be white pretty soon. It's not really gray. It's just going to be white. You look like Santa Claus.
Yeah. Sick. Oh, that's good.
So you grew up in Tyler, right?
No, I grew up in deep East Texas. I grew up in the middle of the woods in a small city of like 4,000 people called Mineola. I was there till I graduated. So I was there till I was 18, just skating the same 4 spots over and over and over. And that's why I can't do rails, only ledges, because we didn't have rails.
That's funny. So how far was that from Tyler?
An hour-ish.
An hour, because that's where Andrew Broom, TK, and Fuji are all from Tyler area, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
did you knew them back then when they lived in Tyler? Or
I had so there was a skate park in Tyler. So I moved there for college, and that's also where my mom lives. So I was there, and they had built a skate park in the back of a roller skating rink,
oh wow.
which is rare. But
Mhm.
all these young kids that were at the rink just skating around would go to the park, and we had hundreds of kids rollerblading in the middle of nowhere, Texas, for years and years at a time. And there was just one or two of them that I was like, this kid's rad. Let's take this little kid out street skating with us and like bring him up. Sure enough,
Sick.
now he's a grown ass man. He's one of the best rollerbladers in the world. And
Oh yeah,
Broom.
one of the best.
So that's really cool.
That is really
That's
cool
how that happened.
because Tyler, I never really never heard of it. Growing up in Texas until all these bladers came out of there. And I know Fuji was making videos out of Tyler early on anyway, exposing like a lot of you guys, which was really cool. So props out to Fuji for getting you guys all out there.
Can I explain a funny story about Fuji and how stuff happens?
Most definitely.
This is why we should all be friendly to everyone, and this is why we should all be boys all the time. And here's why. Fuji, when I met him, was young. If you're listening, Fuji, I'm sorry. Listen, you were young. I didn't like really want to hang out with a whole bunch of little guys, but he was real like trying to be a part of the team. Like he really wanted to be on, and I respect that. Anyways, my camera had basically broken, my GL1 at the time. It was really glitchy, whatever. He was so pressed, I guess, if I remember this right, to be in. He was like, let me get that camera. I'm like, it's broken, dog. You sure you want it? He's like, yeah, let me buy it. I was broken young, so I sold him my GL1. I didn't need it. It was glitching. The second he bought it, it magically started working again. And I was like, crap, the only kid in town that has a real camera is Fuji.
That's awesome.
We got to start bringing him out. Turns out he grew up to be like a little badass. He also loved filming. He loved being around. He soaked everything up so well, and now he's the absolute best dude. But that's how that all came about. So shout out Fuji. Happy
and Fuji's still filming, but he's living in Colorado now, and there was a lot of people in. Yeah, he does a come down series, and a lot of the skaters from. Well, the way I like to explain it is, if you grew up in Austin, if you move out of state. If you live in Texas, you generally move to Austin first, and then if you're going to move again, it's move out of state, right? So that's what you've done. If you moved to Austin, then you moved to New Orleans for a while, right?
I did Cali first.
And you did Cali first.
I did Costa Mesa, then Tyler, then New Orleans. Oh, no. Costa Mesa, Tyler, Austin, New Orleans, Cali. I don't know. I get them mixed up. I've done a bunch of stuff, but Austin's home.
So I don't know much about your Costa Mesa adventures. What brought you out there, and what was life like out in California for you?
19. I was 19. I just dropped out of college because who's got time for that? And I just wanted to live the blade life, and I did. I have my uncle moved out there. I wanted to see what the deal was. I'd never really been out and about, so I moved out, got a job at Ralph's grocery store, like Starbucks, a bunch of nonsense, and I just skated all the time. And I just, I met all the Long Beach dudes when they were still young, like Greg Preston, Joey Manez, Baby Biz, like Tiny Baby Biz before he was the GOAT of Blade broadcast. All the dudes. Yeah, I met all the dudes. I don't want to shout everyone out because it's a long list of people from Long Beach that are sick. But yeah, I met those guys. Santa Ana Fools, Chris Gonzalez is the man. Anyways, and I just stuck around for a little bit. Not long because I didn't survive well in Cali. It's a different vibe. Down home, like Austin, there's 30 of us that blade, and we always blade together, and we hang out like all night, all weekend. Out there, it felt a little more like spread out, and I need my crew. I need my people. So I tried it twice. I love it. It's cool, but it doesn't feel like home. Austin does.
Well, Austin is, having grown up there myself and seen many different iterations of Austin rollerblading scenes, it's definitely always been at the forefront in Texas, if not in the country, with skaters, talented skaters, and filmmakers. I mean, so many filmmakers have come out of Austin as well. We got Anthony Medina.
We out here filming, baby. We filming, baby.
Fuji, Jay, myself, Lonnie Gallegos, Shannon, a lot of people filmed in Austin and really brought out the scene there. And I really enjoyed going back there in 2012 when you guys were all there, had moved there, all the Tyler kids had moved there. They were all kind of, just 17, 18 or whatever. And we used to do the box sessions, and it was just like, you had Utah people living there. It was just like a big scene. And it kind of died down again. A lot of people moved to Colorado, and now it's kind of resurged again. A lot of people have moved back. Mm-hmm. And what is the second Austin, hurrah? What is Austin scene like now compared to, say, like 5 years ago when I was leaving town?
More organized. Well, no, it was organized when you and Frank were here for sure. But like you and Frank would organize stuff that was like fun for everyone. Like you just said, the box sessions. Y'all would bring that box to that tennis court every week, or you threw the ground control barbecue, which was so cool. Jan sponsored like a mini ramp session. Essentially, it was just a freaking normal Saturday or something, and he got it sponsored by ground control. It was so fun.
And we had a crawfish boil.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we did this all the time. Whenever Jan and Frank lived here, their focus was get everyone together, have a freaking blast. Now it's organized. Anthony Medina was a big part of that organization, but it was organized with the intent of creating great videos. Mm-hmm. So every weekend, still organized, very scary, terrifying weekends where you're like, all right, well, here we are at this terrible spot. Thank God I'm not young anymore, so I don't have to skate this stuff. But
we don't skate rails anyway, right?
No, I don't. I don't know how. But it was cool. It's definitely still really fun. Now that we're doing, now that Anthony did end and there's no more like big gnarly video happening, I will say the sessions have gotten like a little more loose now. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like just kind of see what happens.
And that's where Jumbo comes in, right? I mean,
he's still going to film little projects. Like he's still like going to work on parts, just no big 45-minute opuses.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Jumbo comes in. Jumbo comes in like that, I guess. I like capturing skating a little less professionally, I guess. How do you say that? Like I want to convey how hilarious the session is. How funny is it? What's happening? Why is skating super rad? Mm-hmm. This isn't a good description.
Awesome.
You get it.
It's basically a reality series, documenting the skate sessions in Austin, and it's very genius to do. I mean, a lot of people probably have footage like that on their tapes, but you always just clip.
There's been
the skating and not the lifestyle. And with YouTube now, that's pretty cool to do that, and it's niche because no one else is doing it. Even though reality type of shows are very popular, so I think you've got something there. And this is not your first attempt at doing a YouTube like series. You had initially started out doing like some tutorial videos on YouTube, right, which were pretty good, but I don't think they had the traction, or you just didn't do very many of them.
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Whoa. They had traction. Don't listen to Jan. There was traction.
Well, you weren't doing a lot of them.
I'm kidding. I quit doing a lot of them because I got hurt. I kept hurting my knee. That's also why I'm not really skating. I haven't skated in 9 months because I have a shit knee. We're not going to discuss why because it's boring. No one wants to hear about that old shit. But I do still plan on one day coming back. And I want to do a how-to series, not just how-to, but how-to and why we do it this way on every trick in rollerblading, except the dumb ones like Tabernacle. Okay.
Scott Wells is going to be mad at you, dude.
I'm sorry. A lot of people are, and I'm used to it. So here's my goal, and this will play into Jumbo as well. I don't actually skate for real anymore, like for real. I don't want to do big, hard, scary stuff. I just want to do fun stuff because that is why we're doing it. Mm-hmm. And I was on YouTube, and this is years ago. I started doing or thinking about this rather. And I was on YouTube, and I was like looking at stuff, and I was like, man, there's not really any like core dudes that have a YouTube series. There's a couple. I saw like Michael Weitzman. How do you say his last name? He has like a vlog now. CJ's done like the diaries and stuff like that. There's some dudes. Jump Street's for sure on that right now too. Shout out Jump Street. And now there's more media. But back whenever I was like having the initial ideas, I was like, I've been around the block. I know how to do a mistrial, and I know why we do it that way. No one's ever talked to these dudes that grew up like me in the middle of the woods that don't know jack about not just how to do it, but why. And then whenever I started doing it, I put out a couple. I didn't get tens of thousands of views like your stuff, Jan. Must be nice.
I don't get 10,000 views. I get like 10 views.
That's the gardening channel. But we'll talk about that later. But no, like I got enough to make it feel like, oh, okay, people care. But I got a lot of really long messages from people, and they were really nice. And they were like, hey man, I just want to say I appreciate the fact that you took the time to explain stuff like why we do things the way we do, because people that actually care for rollerblading care about how their skating looks. They care about how, they care about their movement. They care about, if you're going to spend this much time doing something, do it right. And whenever I started getting those like long messages, I was like, okay, people out here feel like me, people understand it, and there's a big connection made. So I liked that. That's why I kept trying to do those tutorials.
I mean, they were really good.
It definitely morphed into something more once I started not being able to actually skate. I want to create stuff regardless. Like even if I don't get to skate anymore, I still want to be a part of skating. I still want to make skating.
Well, documenting the scene and getting everybody, together is going to allow you to easily make some other videos like more tutorials, because you had Mick skating in some of those, right? That's one thing I find hard to do with any of the YouTube channels I'm creating now is it's like, you can film somebody do something or somebody can film you. Like having only being a single person and trying to film stuff is very difficult, right? Like setting up cameras, moving them all the time. Like, and it makes me wish I was in Austin or somewhere where I knew people.
You can come visit anytime. I've got a couch right here. There it is, dude.
Nice.
For the weekend.
I'll probably come this year.
Good. To the point of filming yourself alone, I brought my girlfriend out to one of those lonely sessions, and she watched me do one. And she, usually I'm talking to my girl, it's like, hey baby, how you doing? We're talking like that. And then she saw me turn the camera on and go, hi everyone, welcome to YouTube. And she was all like, ew, I don't like that. I was like, oh, you don't get to go to this anymore. Like making fun of me for YouTubing it's hard to film alone. That's the point. Hard to film.
Yeah, for sure. I want to interject real quick. And again, thank everybody for watching. We've got 25 people here right now.
Big time.
We've got Tree Rudolph in the house. Candid Cody.
Man.
We got
Let's go.
Josh Ferguson saying hi, Jan. I'm sure he's saying hi to you too. We've got who else? I saw we got Vinny in the house, Launder, all sorts of people. Ray Soto, I mean, is in the house.
Oh my God, Ray Soto's on the chat.
Yeah, Ray Soto's in the chat. What up, gorgeous?
Oh boy.
Planning on going to Austin next weekend. This is Ray Soto. There you go.
Max power.
And Ray Soto's got great pubes. So you guys are matchies.
Now you know. No, that's fine.
And then
we don't need to talk about this.
We've got King of Sanity. My grandmother's chest looks like 2 tennis balls inside tube socks. Well, that's very...
I would have thought that was also Ray Soto, for the record.
Yeah, and what else does he have to say? Every time I rollerblade, I start firing a lot. We'll just pass the time. That's only happened to me when I did karate. And I only did karate once, so I'm not sure if it passes with time. But Cody, what do you think?
This is your podcast. These are the people that watch your podcast. This is insane. All right, cool. I have an air conditioner. I think I'm nervous, so I'm hot.
Really? Because I'm cold, which is funny. Oh, and we've got our favorite other ginger in the house, Heath
Yeah.
Burley,
Hey.
who's drinking a latte because I inspired him. So, hello, and everybody loves Ryan Rasmussen, right? Cody Sanders. Looks like all the crew is in the house. And actually, we lost one. We're down to 24 from 25.
Because you didn't shout him out.
That was. So, anyway, if you're enjoying this episode, make sure and hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon to be notified anytime.
Dude, I like
episodes up.
I just clicked on the comments. I like the Richard Spire comment. Spare. Oh God, I'm sorry, dog. It was
there's that one.
I had a doctorate thesis on why your porn stars are trash. Yes. Tell them. I love that.
That's
awesome. Made it worth it.
Yeah, very cool.
That makes it worth it a lot.
Now, I will say, back to Heath Burley and Latte, I really like seeing Heath in your videos because I know he's still alive, which is awesome because I love Heath. And I miss him quite a bit. So I'm glad he's out doing a thing, looking good. I want to know why Jumbo. Where did the name come from? Because I love the name Jumbo. But what does it mean? Where did it come from? Let's hear a little backstory on Jumbo.
This involves Heath. This involves Fuji, and it involves when they both lived in Colorado together. And it turned into a term that we all say all the time. And all right, you know how everyone just forwards jumps over gaps now? Like, take it back 15 years ago, people were cranking fakie sevens. Something happened at some point. People just started forwards jumping stuff. That's fine. I'm with you. But jump over it became a thing. We were saying like, hey, yeah, jump it. Just jump it. Jump over it. Since we're from the country, it turned into like, jump over it. Like that. Now go jump over it. Not jumbo. Then it just turned into jumbo. Hey, jumbo that gap. And it's so stupid amazing. And so funny.
But it's awesome.
That we were saying it long enough. I had the idea for the project, and I don't want my stuff to ever be too serious, because if it's too serious, I'll eventually hate it. Right. So I have to keep it kind of silly. So Jumbo was a silly enough name that also I think sounds kind of like, it doesn't sound cool, but like it's easy to remember.
Jumbo is cool. It's cool.
There's no other Jumbo out there. So
it reminds me of Dumbo, and it reminds me of Jumbo's Clown Room, and those are both cool, So Jumbo's perfect, dude.
Good. Yeah, exactly. So it keeps it kind of grounded into why we started in the first place, which is just to kind of have a blast, try to do something quote unquote real, because it will be more real than just videos, but that's for much later.
You should actually have an elephant jumping over stuff.
Franco Shade already did the elephant.
Oh,
but yeah, maybe a large-eared elephant.
Maybe like a pink elephant. Maybe like a pink elephant.
We got to talk to Gogo. Josh Castillo from San Antonio. If anyone knows about Gogo, he's doing all the artwork. So,
and when we say artwork, he did the Jumbo logo, and he's doing some Jumbo apparel and different things. You guys are going to be doing different stuff.
I don't know.
Is that a secret? I mean, it says Jumbo brand on your Instagram page. And that only means
going to be a brand
apparel.
It is going to be a brand
stuff, right?
We are going to do. Everyone has shirts. Everyone has stuff like that. We want to do some other stuff that's not just shirts and hats, but we don't have the budget for skates, so it's the other stuff. Don't worry, it's not wheels. There's too many wheels out there. Too many. So there you go. We need 4x4 back, Jan, or something. We need some more Jan Welch in the game.
Yeah, day. Well, one of these days we'll see what happens.
I hope so.
It's a new year, cool. Right? It's a new skate season coming up.
My favorite company of all time, my favorite company, like as far as image wise, was Vicious.
Yeah, I remember. I just saw that photo of you on your Instagram wearing your Vicious shirt, doing the air. Those shirts are classic. Those shirts are classic because you can always spot them. You had the backyard shirt on.
Vicious. I loved that.
And that was Chris Peel. Chris Peel did all the artwork for Vicious, and it was awesome. Really cool. So onto YouTube. We had this conversation last night. We had a little pregame, very short because we didn't want to spoil things, but we were talking about demographics for YouTube. So you were saying, like, how many views are your videos having? About 1,000-ish, something, right? About?
Yeah, it starts off with like 1,000, and as long as it hits 1,000, I'm like, all right, that was worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And then over the next several weeks or whatever, I guess some trickle in, and yeah, we were talking about the demos though. What about it though?
So the demos, I mean, there's been a lot of talk and like, people come back to blading, but it's always like everybody's in their 30s and 40s,
Oh,
and in your demographics, age demographics, as we were talking about, how that is. Well, how old are most people watching your show?
35 to 45-year-old men. Shout out us, because I'm 35. Let's go, boys. Bring it in.
So yeah, that's kind of the blading demographic, right?
99% male, 35 to 45. My entire audience.
Mm-hmm.
So shout out me and my people.
And then I checked my demographics last night to see what that was like, and it was like I had like 9% females, so it was like 91%. But it was like 30% 35 to 45, 30% like 25 to 35, and then some younger people. But I believe those demographics are influenced by me posting shorts. Because
I also believe so.
Yeah, because a lot of kids, I get a lot of subscribers. So if you have a YouTube channel and you post shorts that are relevant to your content, like just don't post whatever. But if you post stuff relevant to your content, it will give you a lot of subscribers. I've gotten 60, 70 subscribers off of one short. Versus one of these videos, I'll get like 5 subscribers.
I'm conflicted on shorts, and here's why. I started the project to make the stuff I want to make. I don't want to make shorts.
Mm-hmm.
I started the gram, and as I'm doing the Instagram now, I'm like, I'm bastardizing my project. 1, 2, it's also hard to convert those shorts to like the vertical format.
It's a lot of work.
I hate this thing, dude.
So I do it on my computer. I use DaVinci Resolve. It's an editing app. It's free.
Yeah, I do it on my computer too.
So I just make a page that's the size of an iPhone thing, and then I just like put the video in there, and then I do keyframing to like, and it's like a lot of work, and it's really not. It's not really worth it unless you have something that is going to get seen by a lot of people. Like when I posted like Air Percat's jump that had like 7,000 views. I'm just saying that I've had some videos go the Gonzo Waquez Ali Topsole on a 10-stair rail.
That drop rail?
No, it was like a 10-stair down rail at a street comp in Sacramento. Had like 6 million views on one of my Instagram pages. So like
you are making that YouTube money. You're making that.
I just said Instagram page. I didn't say YouTube.
Okay. You're making that.
I said Instagram.
Money. Must be nice, dude.
So that's not. There's no Instagram money. There's no. I mean,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There's. I don't think there's really many people making much money. Maybe Ricarlino.
It's rollerblading.
I mean, I could see those guys making. I like Tom Moyes. Like, I'm sure he makes some money off his videos because they get a lot of views, but is it worth the money and like the time put into it? Like, I don't know.
I think it is. I think it is worth the time and the money, and here's why. And this is the whole reason I'm wasting all this time filming these long B-roll projects, among other things. I've been doing it for 25 years. Jan, you've been doing it for how long? However long.
Right.
We're still doing it. Might as well do it well. I mean, might as well give enough of a heck to want to spend the extra 3 hours doing it the right way, because it's literally the only legacy that we got at this point.
I agree with you, and I think I want to clarify what I meant. I don't mean like it's a waste of time to do it. It's what you're going at. What's your reason behind it? So if your reason behind it is because you think you want to make money and live off of it, that's most likely not going to happen. But doing it for fun, or like because you love it, like me, like you, like Austin Paz, who's in the live chat.
Oh shit! Austin Paz in the live chat. Cool.
So it's all 3 of us. It's a passion. We love it. and we, all doing other stuff, but to solely,
there's only a few of us YouTube guys. There
yeah,
literally is like 10. No offense to anyone that think whatever. There's 10 of us. There's 10 dudes that have been around the block that are doing YouTube, maybe 10. So, and he's one of them. So shout out Austin Paz, Bill and Neil Jump Street. That's so good.
no one does anything in skating to make money. Well,
yeah, fact.
No one makes money in skating, but people do stuff in skating for wanting to make money.
Right, that would be nice.
And some of the brands do. I mean, obviously some of the
Right.
skate companies do well.
Jan's laughing because Vicious probably did. Everyone bought Vicious. So.
Vicious was
good,
huge, dude. Vicious was like,
oh yeah,
Vicious was the biggest brand we had. We had Hawaii Surf Shop in France would order like 500 sets of bearings. Just that shop. Like,
sick.
It was big. It was very popular, and it was all image based. That's one thing we did: marketing, image. Like,
that's awesome, and that's all that really anyone cares about. Like, I am that person, and that sucks to say. Like, I don't really care how it performs. I care if it looks good, sort of. So I skated skates I didn't like for years because I thought they looked cool.
No, I agree with you. I mean, it's like that with John Elliott had all this really cool looking mid-century furniture. It looked really cool, but it was so uncomfortable. Right, but it looked awesome. It was like really cool aesthetically. And we sat on it and we were like, wow, we're so cool on these, but they really weren't bad for your back.
Yeah. Yes. Right.
And
style over comfort. That's been my motto for years.
Exactly.
Do it right.
And that's changed now with age for me. I'll wear sweatpants. No problem.
Word. Yeah. I've seen the clips.
Yeah. So Austin Paz vertical content is such a bitch. It is true.
Yeah, hell yeah. But
who's good at vertical content is Tree Rudolph. He's very good. He was showing me all sorts of stuff on how to do it in the phone with this 360 camera when I was in Ohio skating with him. He's like a wizard of phone vertical content.
Well, the 360 is made for it. It'll come out vertical. So thank goodness somebody nailed that. I have one. Holy crap, Rob G's in the chat too. This is a wild chat today.
Yeah, I've got some real power players in here. Very cool.
Dude, this is cool. Awesome, boys. Man, what a pleasure.
Oh, I've been trying to find a great pair of Aeons for like last 6 months because of Jan and Robert Guerrero since watching the review, and I just put in my Sam Cross yesterday.
Dang,
sweet.
That's awesome.
You're gonna like those. And Ray Soto asks Rob G when he's coming back to the Valley. Oh,
for everyone that doesn't know, the Valley is the very tippy bottom of Texas. That's what the Valley is.
And Jay was in the house too, but he's leaving to eat dinner. Jay,
dang. I saw Jay. This is so crazy.
So Jay, well, you watch this later, Jay, but I wanted to talk about a project you did with Jay, and that was So Long Rodeo.
That's a long time ago.
And that was a video that was filmed by Jay when you were moving away from Austin to New Orleans, right? Is that correct? Or were you moving someplace else?
It was Cali round 2.
Cali round 2.
The second time I was moving to Cali round 2. Yeah. So yeah, brief description for everyone that may not have seen Jay's stuff. Poorly planned. It's the comment on the screen right now. Jay Geurink. If you search Poorly Planned on YouTube, I think he has all his stuff posted.
I'll post a link to that video in the description below so people can check it out. But go ahead.
Please do. Jay's stuff, he's literally my influence for how I wish I could film and edit videos. Like there was so much life and like depth to his skate videos. It was really more like it wasn't like watching a skate video sometimes. It was like watching, I don't want to say a documentary because I think that sounds boring. But it was like just watching life happen. It was like you were kind of a part of it. Like you were there with the feeling. Like
his videos were an experience. It was like an experience, like a psychedelic experience. It was like a music video. It was like being inside of a music video. And because his soundtrack selection was very unique, he was into like some really good music that never heard of. And I'm pretty, in tune with, or was in tune with music. until I moved to Vermont. But Jay is he's a genius behind the camera. And one of the videos, I forgot which one it was, but it's like, he's like at the beginning, make sure to drink a bottle
You're thinking
of liquor.
Yeah. Jay is the type of dude. So I just film and I'm done. Like I put it in the storyboard, cut, I'm done. Jay is the type of dude, if you're watching his videos or looking for him, that will play his footage back on a projector, film the footage on the projector, capture that footage into the system, and then like put like artwork on top of it and do these things that I know took hours for like a 4-second blip on the screen. Like it was like an art experience.
It's art.
Anyways,
it was total art thing. And his bird swim brand that he did, I loved it. It. Some of my favorite shirts to this day are bird swim. So I would love to see some more stuff from Jay in the future.
Almost all of my favorite brands in skating, almost all of them, lasted for like 2 or 3 years. Like I thought Casualty Killers was so cool. Where that bummer that's gone. What else? Caspa is hit or miss like all the time. Like
Caspa's like in and out. It's never really disappeared, but it's had some hiatuses.
Right.
And but I kind of see some things happening with Caspa here in the next next year. Huh?
Things we don't know.
I'm in there. I'm embedded in what's happening on the outskirts of rollerblading culture.
Keep your secrets.
We got Austin again. I love the BTS video you made. Also, Cody, my favorite part of the skate videos back in the day was also the B-roll after credits, and that's what your videos are all about.
I appreciate that. So the thing is, like, I don't want it to be B-roll. It's A-roll, baby. This is the whole reason I'm trying to skate. Like, bring B-roll to the front ground. Like, I listen to podcasts that are like 5 hours long. I think it's time to embrace the long format type deal. I recently started, I bought a BMX bike. I'm gonna show, I'm behind the curtain now. I'm literally ripping off stuff from BMX. That's kind of what I'm doing. I saw all their kinds of content and I was all like, bro, we don't do this at all. Like we should do more of this kind of stuff. I'm not actually ripping it off.
Are you gonna do
but
skits?
I'm definitely taking
skits like Bone Death?
I'm taking no. I don't want slime all over me, or I don't think I can talk anyone into that. I'm trying to keep this one as PC as possible right now. But like I want to make different stuff. I want to do more than just this. I call it For the Streets, which is call it behind the scenes thing. It's called For the Streets. I want to do like games of Blade in the street, like. Not just like, here's a box, we're playing Blade. Like, no, I want to like skate around the streets, find a spot, here's your boys. All right, boom, skate around till the other person picking this, has to find it. Like, let's do that. Let's do, I'm blanking now that I'm on camera with people watching me. Oh no. I have different ideas.
I'd like to see
some content.
Ideas. I'd like to see some more, some of the DIY stuff that's happening in Austin, like some more stuff like that. Maybe have Heath discuss how to build stuff.
So that was one of them. Thank you, Jan. God, this is my own project. I don't remember it. That's a bummer. On Wednesday, I'm going out with Heath. Heath Burley is doing a series with me. It's DIY with Heath Burley. And last time we did how to build a cinder block ledge with angle iron. This time we're going to do how to build a bank ramp. He wants to just show you how to do it. Like, let's make our own shit. Right. Let's not, we don't have to skate other people's stuff. We just skate our stuff. I know Al Doega's the same way up there. He's a big, he's a build lord. He's building stuff. So let's build some stuff, boys. And, if you don't know how to do it, we're going to show you how to do it, baby. Or Heath is.
So Heath has a GoFundMe for concrete, which I don't have the link currently, but if somebody sends it to me, I will post it in the video description below. So if you want to support Heath in his endeavors in making cool concrete shit, send him some money. He'll appreciate it. Yeah. And so will Cody and everybody in Austin. Now, the first spot Heath was working on was Candyland. It was like a big spot, right? That was the in the covered one, and that has since been torn down. Is that correct, or
No,
still
no, no,
there?
no. Candyland, we actually haven't been to Candyland in a while. It got the word got out that there was a big abandoned building, very big abandoned building. And Heath had built a few things there, and people started showing up, and then other people started building stuff there because it's not ours, it's everyone's. And it turned into like kind of a bigger deal. And now like there's quarter pipes up on the wall,
And
there's
this
rails all over
building's
the
been
place.
abandoned for a long time.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
So we
not
have
like it is not like it's very. I mean, it's pretty much in the city. Like
mhm.
would have
Yeah,
been an outskirts. It would have been an outskirts when it was built, but
yeah. Now Austin blew up, so it's just basically in the middle of everything. So,
now the new
but we
spot.
built,
Oh, go ahead.
well, so he built another one by the airport. Turns out it was on federal property. So one day some dude came by, some old tennis court. He was like, "Hey guys, this is federal property and you got to get off or we're taking you to jail." And we're like, "Oh shoot." So he built another one by campus on some old torn down slab. Somehow we haven't gotten busted there, and it's called the Dog Pound.
I've been wondering, how is that skatable? I mean, it's right next to apartments. It's looked like, I wasn't sure where it was, but it's the West Campus. I feel like it's like,
we're not homeless. We're not over there shooting up drugs like I'm sure
right.
other people are all the time. And we're in and out in a couple hours, and we're not that loud, and we clean up after ourselves. Like it's pretty chill. I don't know. Well,
I'm
no
sure
DIY is gonna exist forever,
right.
and that's fine.
I mean, I feel like obviously I'm not there, I don't know, but a West Campus slab seems like something that would probably get developed eventually, right? The way Austin's going. I mean, isn't everything
we're here for a good
getting
time, not a
built
long
up?
time?
Yeah, that's right. That's a good quote. Now Robert Guerrero, Cody Sanders, and I were short-lived teammates, and I was on Rollerblade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cody belongs to that class of spring leg squat bladers that I love to watch, and you really do that on your top soles, and it's very cool, stylish. Now, as far as sponsors go, there was a period where you were sponsored by like every brand for like you were jumping from brand to brand like a short amount of time, but you were sponsored by everyone. Like, I want to hear, who was your first skate sponsor, and how did you get on them? And then we'll move up on the line to everyone who gave you skates.
I would also like to shout out Stefan Brando real quick, my other sponsor, hopper type guy. I see you, dog. You're not safe. No one is. So okay, my very first one wasn't really a sponsor as much as it was kind of a fluke. USD put on this competition to get free skates like a long time ago. It was whenever the very first Richie Eisler throne was about to come out. That blue purple one, the crazy one, right? You remember that one? They put that on, and me and I'm pretty sure this is right. Three dudes won. It was me, it was John Like, and I think it was Gavin Drum. I don't know that for a fact because it's been 18 years, 15 years or something. So that's cool. Those dudes actually did something.
Yeah.
I got skates from them. They were huge. They were like size 10s. They're boats, but I was still like, oh boy, free skates. I'm young. I'm excited. I put out one part with them. And then what happened, man? Oh yeah, I just didn't hit them back up because y'all made NIM.
Okay.
And I threw those skates in the trash, and I was like, yeah, NIM is sick. I'd rather
Well, that's a long time
skates.
ago then.
Yes. So I just quit talking to everyone altogether. I started skating NIMs. I'd made one part in Fuji's first video called Tainted Youth. Don't watch it, except my section. And at the end of that, I was done. And I was like, I don't know, 22. And I was like, I'm too old for this. I'm 22. I'm going to quit. That didn't work. But before I did, I was like, I want to see if I can knock out the one goal I had, because it was impossible back in the day to get sponsored without a shop sponsor. The one goal I had was I want to get sponsored when I'm done. So I hit up USD, and I was all like, "Sup, dogs? I don't have a shop sponsor, but I'm putting out content all the time. Also, we live in the future where the internet matters, and I think that stands for something. What was this, like 2009 or 10 or something? I don't know. Anyways, I hit them up with that, and they were like, yeah, cool, good to go, man. What do you want? And I was like, oh my God, it worked. I don't quit anymore. I'm not quitting.
That's amazing.
So that was the first one. That's how that happened. I got a couple pairs of boots, and I saw behind that sponsorship curtain, and I was like, oh, this is what it was. Okay, well, that was a lot of effort for something, huh?
Right.
Stupid. But yeah, that answers the question. That was the first one.
And then who else did you ride for? I know we've mentioned Rollerblade. What else was there?
We got, how much time do we got? I'm kidding. It's a long list. That's why I'm kidding. And it was all flow, I think, too. So it really doesn't count. Maybe you could say Rollerblade was AM, but it was never really announced. I just like to say it. I did USD, and then just the frames. Tom Heiser is a beautiful man, and he was all like, "You want some frames, dog?" Because that was a brand new thing at the time, and I was like, "I do." So I got the frames, and then I was like, "Hey, this guy's nice and easy to work with. Can I, you want to just like let your boy on?" So shout out Rollerblade and everyone a part of that. Rob G especially in the chat. What up? And then it's blurry because it was so long ago, and there's so much stuff that's happened here. But I'm emotional, Jan. I'm emotional. I make bad decisions, and I just had a hard time in life at some point. I quit. I tried to quit rollerblading. I got away from it all. I eventually calmed down. A year or two later, I got back on rollerblade. That felt good. At some point in between, I think I got free shadows, but that was very quick. And then Shadow died immediately afterwards. I had no involvement in that death. And I was on RB. I turned 26, and I was all like, man, I'm getting kind of old. I better not take up this spot because I'm not doing much. So I quit RB to let the young guys on. Well, it turns out there aren't any young guys out there. So someone filled that spot. Was there like 5 young guys, and they're all on Mesmer? I don't know.
That's very true.
Fuck. I mean, when you say all the brands, there's only a few, and half of them. Jeff Akers sent me Colts. That felt good. Thanks, Jeff Akers. But once you get USDs, then you get Kaisers and undercovers. So that's all of them. Once you get Razors, well, here's some ground controls and the Reigns, I guess. So it doesn't take a lot to be sponsored by everyone, because everyone is like 4 companies.
Yeah. Well, that's true. It is true. But that makes it nice to be sponsored by one company, because it's like you get a lot of shit.
I'm sure I'm skipping like a big block of time, but I don't want to bore everyone with this because it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So
to me,
back to skating in Austin, the skaters are there. We got still some really good skaters. We got, Mick moved out of town, but he's there.
Mick counts. He's on our side.
And Andrew Broom, obviously. You have
Anthony
Medina, and then you have like Jason Howard. And
J-Ho's like, around, but we don't ever see J-Ho.
It's because he lives so far south now with traffic. He said he skates more in San Antonio. Yeah, so but he's still skating all the time. He just posted clips today. He just got the Orange of Them skates, the weekend skates. So
I skate with the boys we just mentioned, Heath Burley, Caleb Benavidez all the time. Kyle Stokely moved here recently, if you know who that is. Kirill is back from Utah. Okay. What up? We got a squadron.
Isaac Parks lives there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. My dog, Isaac Parks. He just broke his elbow.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah. I know. It's a bummer. They were so this is a funny story. Isaac and Heath were skating this ramp during South by. It was like a cool little ramp outside this bar, and they were like, "Yeah, guys,
a little tiny one."
Yeah. Y'all can come session at any time you want. just don't get hurt. And the first like 5 minutes they're there, Isaac's elbow just comes out the side of his arm, and they're like, "Oh, don't come
Oh my
back."
god, that's terrible.
I don't want to talk about it because it's so gross.
Yeah, that's gross. Well, I'm sad to hear that, and I hope he recovers fully. And then you have TK who just moved back to Tyler, right?
Yeah,
TK is
we're in
just
and
an amazing rollerblader.
Hilarious rollerblader.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a nice way too. Like, some people are going to understand this when I say it. If I don't giggle a little bit while I'm watching you skate and like perform, I don't really like your skating. And every time I watch TK skate, it's just such a pleasure, because he's so like just bopping around. He's so quick-footed. If y'all haven't seen any of TK's sections, there's one or two in Anthony's videos, and they are so fun. Dude, it's just so fun to watch.
So I know you're not skating that much right now because of your injury, and I know it's a hard question, but if you could only call one guy on your phone to go out in a session with to skate with, who would it be?
That's a bummer. And you're gonna make me not have friends after this one. Are we just skating for lulz?
Or who's the first person you would call anyway? Like, just not even thinking about it. Who's the first person that you would call up or hit up?
It's not fair. I call Heath and Caleb all the time. I call them both at the same time. Like, we have a group text together, and I don't want to split those hairs there. I will say, if I'm skating, Caleb's more active, so I'd probably call Caleb. There's more of a chance he'll say yes, and Heath would be like, "Oh, no, man, I found this roof, though." Like, that's how that
That's
would
like
go.
you just totally impersonated Heath very well.
Yeah, I know. Me impersonating Heath's a lot like me impersonating you, for the record.
I saw Caleb was just skating with Jason Howard like last week or something. Jason put out a little edit at the skate park in the Buda Park.
Okay, good. Didn't know.
Yeah. So, and then Rob G, is Radisson King still skatable? The down flat one and the big one that goes to the river, the 35 King.
I believe it still exists. However,
Radisson King hasn't been skatable in years. I can answer that question. The small Radisson King hasn't been skatable.
I don't think it's ever been skatable.
It was all skatable. No, in the 90s, we went there all the time.
You're talking about the Frank one? The Frank one.
The 35 one, the one
million,
above
the
it.
Million King.
Yeah, but the one above it.
Oh, the
down,
chill
flat,
one?
down. Yeah.
Oh, no. Also, we have a better kink rail than that. So come on down. We'll show you an even better kink rail. It's the campus one. The one that Ian Kopp and Broom and Kraft were all skating, you know? You know what I'm talking about, or are you lying to me?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay, but just checking. The one that Michael did the cap rail. It was
that's PCL rail, we used to call it.
Yeah, sick. Well, it's campus rail now.
So it's you guys ruined the name from PCL to campus rail. That's fucking lame. But anyway,
great.
I think your favorite blader is BCam. He'd call you.
Oh,
he called BCam,
yeah.
right?
And BCam. That's my favorite BMXer.
And she's a very good BMXer.
She's here.
It's funny because we knew saw BCam for years at the skate park, and then you guys randomly started dating, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then she ends up a blading cup, and now you're on a BMX bike, and you're ripping off BMX videos to make rollerblading.
I went to a BMX event. I went to a BMX event yesterday. It was in this ditch called Mega Ditch, ran by this company called Burnslow. Very cool company. And it made me realize we need to put on some gnarly ditch events. Like, what are we doing? I think the Albuquerque guys did it pretty well one time. But they had they were jumping ramps with like a fire thing underneath it. They made it's like a 3-story high bank ledge, and they put like a giant P rail down this 3-story high bank. It was just so dangerous. And I was like, we need to do this. It wasn't a comp. It was just a big gnarly party.
Yeah. I mean, BMXers have been partying, having party sessions since the 80s, especially in ditches, Texas ditches. I mean, Austin has so many ditch spots. And there's a lot of ditch spots you can do. You can do some big events.
I appreciate events that are for everyone. I also appreciate gnarly events that cater to skate culture in particular. The kind of event you don't want to bring your kid to. You know what I mean? I
Right.
appreciate that. And I wouldn't mind a little bit of that too. Because my average age demographic on YouTube is 35 to 45. So,
That's right.
let's bring out the majority, boys. Like, let's get it going.
I think the only ditch comp I can think of that's even happened in Austin would be the TSS at Ice Plant Ledges. And
it's Iceberg. I saw that today. I wanted the comment to be like ice,
but they're ice plant. The plants are called ice plants.
I get it. It makes more sense the way you're putting it. But
it's not lettuce. They're not lettuce. It's not a lettuce field.
That's funny.
And then there was the TSS in San Antonio at the ditch underneath the bridge.
I didn't go to that one, but that was cool.
That spot's sick. Jared Banning absolutely wrecked that. And Fuji was filming a lot of cool stuff back then too. I
wish we'd bring back the TSS. We should.
I talked to Kevin Little about it, and it's just for him because he was organizing in there for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of logistics work. Then he's got to drive pretty far, and it's stressful. Just like the whole thing is like stressful, and like dealing with the potential for police. I mean, I remember doing
everything that's rad in skating it's thankless, it's difficult, and you just feel burnt out at the end of it. So I understand why you wouldn't want to do it again.
And I think I've been in a lot of street comps, and generally you never really get in trouble from the police. I'm sure people have. I'm sure cops have. But in Austin, the only issue has ever been having these street comps at schools and people bringing beer and smoking pot, which happened at the one there in Austin. You're not at a school right now. The one I forgot the name of that school over there by Barton Springs, where Mick got in trouble because he was like the last one skating, and the cops gave him a bit hard time. I don't know if you were there for that contest or not.
That's funny. That was a long time ago, I believe.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was like 20. Yeah, it was like 2015 or 2016. But you gotta be street comp smart when it's schools. In Texas, especially.
That's right.
That's
right. Well, now I think
Barton Hills Elementary. That's the one. Mick.
We have so many of our own spots now. Shout out Heath Burley. That we could probably do an event just based off of the own stuff that we've made ourselves.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That's a good idea. Oh my God. No one steal this idea. We want to do it first.
I mean, Heath did that with that contest at South by Southwest a few years ago.
Yeah.
Remember when he set up that contest? And
Matt Mickey came. That. You're wearing an Intuition shirt. Pretty sick.
Yeah. I love the shirt.
Set up a little booth. Dude, best shirts for a skate shop. I was wearing mine earlier today. I wear that thing all the time. It just put a skull on it.
Yeah, it's a skull rollerblading, and it's fucking badass. And the lady at the grocery store, she's like 60 years old. She's like, "Oh, that's a cool shirt. I used to skateboard too." And it's kind of like a rollerblader on it.
That voice is how we impersonate you.
That's how Heath impersonates me, for sure. Like Cartman, but like Cartyon.
Yeah,
right. I know Heath. And then Robert back to kick rails. J-Ho and I used to destroy all the kick rails in Austin, and that is very true.
That's probably
those guys
true.
Did some big rail blading. I mean, you saw 7 days that one rail that Jason like nutted himself on, but he's also did it. Not in that video.
Just gets back up
at Valley Ridge. Yeah, I mean it's gnarly. And then your brother's here.
Yeah, Ben
Sanders.
Dog.
Someone asked earlier if you guys were related, and I said no, but
no,
you do have a shared genealogy.
No,
so
we both rollerblade. We both do YouTube. So I mean, I could see how you'd think this here. Ben's a lot more active. Absolutely follow Ben. Like if you're not following Ben on YouTube, what are you doing? That's literally the most active dude.
If you're not following Ben, get on his iRollboot on YouTube. He has lots and lots of content all day long. He's posting like 30 videos a day. He's live. Like he takes up all the YouTube bandwidth on his live streams.
Yeah, fact. Dude, shout out to this too. We were talking about thankless jobs earlier. The only reason I even got to see Bitter Cold this year was because Ben was like, hey, you know what sounds fun? Doing a lot of work, flying across the country and setting up a live stream for us. And
that was awesome.
Thank you, dude. Appreciate you.
That's
cool, man.
The Terrorize was the one who asked a question earlier. I met Ben at Bitter Cold for the first time in person, and I saw him for, as you do at an event like Bitter Cold, I saw him for about 30 seconds and never saw him again. But part of that is because he was behind a camera, or not. Yeah, well, he was in front of the camera, I should say. No, he was live streaming. I don't know what he was doing. Anyway, he was live streaming, filming the show, but I didn't see him. I saw a lot more of Austin Paz. That's not Austin Paz. This is Austin Paz.
There he is. Right, exactly. Get that pineapple off the pizza, boys. Follow Ben immediately. Pineapple doesn't belong on this. This isn't Hawaii. You know, they got an excuse. You don't.
That's 100% true. So that was definitely a fun event. What's the last event you went to outside of Austin?
The last time I rollerbladed, which was Blade Cup last year in May.
And that's when I saw you and B-Cam there.
Right. That was the last time I actually was able to skate. I pushed it to the limit. My knee was already full of fluid and swelled up, and I was all like, it's fine. I'm going to pop 10 Tylenol and do a high jump comp. Stupid idea. Ever since then, it was like, I can't even walk, you know? So I had to put in a lot of physical therapy hours, but we're almost back, baby. We coming back.
So the high jump thing, I've recently been seeing people posting on Facebook groups that they're training for the high jump, and they've been ordering high jump bars off Amazon. So
you're not going to beat Mike LaShore. If Mike LaShore signs up, don't even enter. Don't do it. You can't jump higher than that guy. I've never seen.
There's some guys from France that are like pro high jumpers. They can jump really high.
That's true. That one dude that's like the splits. He does like the vertical splits. That was pretty gnarly.
Because it's actually like high jump is actually like in World Roller Games and like the big world events. It's actually like a category, and there's people from not the U.S. that can jump really, really, really high. Because the U.S. isn't organized.
Question of ethics: is using bigger wheels cheating in the high jump?
I think that mainly big high jump people have bigger wheels.
Should there be a max wheel size? And are you at a handicap with small wheels?
Someone posted the name of the guy. This is him. Florian Pettycullen is the guy.
Of course, jumps. Florian Pettycullen. I should have known.
And anyway,
no offense. I don't high jump blade. I regret.
I bet you, because it is part of World Roller Games underneath World Roller Sports, there's going to be rules and regulations that I don't know, but they're going to exist. Like any governing body is going to make rules. So there's going to be a website. We could probably find the rules on what size wheels you can and cannot use for high jump. And I bet you the high jump comp at Blading Cup is not sanctioned by World Skates. So you probably can use any wheels you want.
I'm going to find the biggest freaking wheels, dude. I'm going to put them on that sucker and just I'm going to cheat to win, baby.
With some suspension frames?
Yeah, why not? Why not? If you can bow down and get the suspension on them, like moon boots, let's go. Sorry. There you go.
I'm trying to see the BFG of high jump videos. How about like a high jump section? I can't even imagine like a whole video of high jumps. I mean, would you have? I couldn't watch more than 30 seconds of it.
Yeah, I don't like watching stuff I can't do. You know, I don't even watch gnarly sections anymore for that reason. I will say that that's something I think that is unique to rollerblading, is that we can skate high stuff all the time. You know what I mean? You're not doing that on a lot of other grind sports, as far as I know.
This is true. One thing, Skate Sam Ghana from Ghana, welcome to the show. He actually was a guest on this podcast in the past. So nice
Oh,
to see him in
cool.
the chat. He says Florida for France, and we just mentioned it. And Dame Fall, both of them have great names. From Senegal, you have Petty, whatever, and Dame Fall. So anyway, what he says is they skate 125 millimeter, 2 wheels only for high jumps. So no middle wheels.
Anti-rocker. They're skating anti-rocker.
They're skating. I mean, yeah.
They're skating freestyle.
Yeah, they're skating something. They're skating 2 wheels. So
okay. Respect. You know, high jump, big wheels, freestyle. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. So I mean, I'm pretty sure you're out of any high jumping in the future with your knee situation. That's
Calm
retirement.
down, I'm gonna be better one day.
Yeah, but I mean, do you have a like a time frame of when you can skate again? Or you have to get surgery, or what's going on with that?
I'll keep this very short because no one wants to hear about injury. But in short terms, I have long tendons in my knee. Like they thought I tore my ACL. No, I just have a long gummy ACL. It doesn't make any sense. I guess it might be from years of squatty topsoils. I don't know.
That's probably why you can do squatty topsoils.
Maybe. But my knee gets moved out of place because my quads get so tight. So I have to do all these weird exercises to strengthen the muscles on the other side of my leg to pull my knee back in. It's runner's knee. If you know what runner's knee is, that's what it is. But my case is just crappier than most. So I have to put in a lot of extra effort. It's a bummer. And also I start getting juiced and I start trying to skate, or I'll try to ride my bike and I just mess it all up again. Hence, 9 months later, I'm still not skating. So I have to actually like full stop everything. Also, when I started Jumbo, to give myself something to do, so I don't want to skate, just film my boys because they're better anyway. So,
I mean,
I'll come back one day.
It's a cool project you're doing, and regardless if you come back or not, you're doing something cool in skating and enjoying it. And
I was just, dude,
still being part of it.
I was so pumped. So that year prior, right, I was skating a lot. You know, I met B-Cam. I had a skate park girlfriend. It was cool. I was going to events. I went to the Frankie comp. So fun. If y'all need a reason to go to Florida, Frankie comp is sick. That park is so cool. Went to them, Blade Cup, right? Went to Blade Cup, always fun. We already know this. And I was getting back into it, meeting people. I got some Sebas. Like Seba hooked it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah, new skates! Can't wait to skate them." It's been almost a year. They're brand new,
unskated.
Huh?
I said they're unskated, huh? Oh, you
unskated. Yeah. Oh, I let somebody else skate them. Yeah, so somebody got to skate them. But
Ben Sanders for his YouTube channel or what?
Just looking at me, man. No, I didn't send him to Ben. That's funny though. But I was so excited to get back into the game. And as things were really ramping up and I felt good again, I was like, oh, I feel 20 years old again. Like I was hurt. So that's how that went. It's where I'm at.
Ryan Rasmussen, I have a burger and a side of gummy tendons.
Yeah.
All right. Rollerblade is late to the chat. Did we cover hair products Cody uses yet?
Don't wash your hair for 2 weeks at a time. There you go. That's it. Just let it grow. Don't wash it. Get it wet. Sleep with your hair wet, and you'll wake up in the morning, shake it out, and you're good to go.
How long has your hair been long now? Because the thumbnail photo I use is short because it's the only one I could crop out with your hair not being so wild.
Did you do something to that photo? What'd you do to it?
I had to enlarge it because it was so small.
You did an enhancement though, because I was looking at my photo and I was like, I look fucking weird in this. What'd Jan do? This isn't Instagram's not this high quality. Why? No,
I had to sharpen it. I had to make it bigger because it was such a small image. It wouldn't. It was like this big in the thumbnail, so I blew it up and then I
could have sent you a better picture.
You didn't send me anything. Right. You said you had a photo that was funny, and you didn't want to use it.
I had like a photo of me on a television set that was dressed up as Freddy Krueger, but that was kind of weird.
But
so you wouldn't have used it.
You can send me anything. I can fix it. I can change it.
Don't worry
Doesn't have
about
to be
it.
the same one that's in there now.
I would never make. This is already too long in the tooth for this combo here. But I was just giving you a hard time.
So I think that we had mentioned with Jumbo possibly doing some collaborations. I'm not going to talk about what we discussed last night because it's very top secret. But
It was with Yeti, and Yeti will never do this.
It was with Yeti. But what about L'Oreal?
That's funny. I don't think I should be trusted with that. Since I'm apparently only doing that like bi-monthly anyway, or was it bi-monthly? Yeah. That's funny. No. Short answer is no.
You'd have to do more stuff on Instagram. You'd have to be more influencer for L'Oreal.
All right, cool. I'm ready. I'm ready to gram it out.
Jumping over stuff.
I try so hard not to post a bunch of dumb stuff on the internet, like on the Jumbo account. Like I want to keep it kind of fun and lighthearted, but I make all these meme videos of my friends, like Heath falling off a roof, timed to like Family Guy audio and stuff. Like the group chat's live. The group chat's hilarious. But I don't want to light my boys up like that. I did one of Michael Kraft because he used to be called I Am Neo on BMAG. I did one of him, but it's like the Matrix, and he was all like, "Take this down. You need to take this down immediately, dog." And I was like, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry."
How many roofs? How many roofs has Heath fallen off of? Because I feel like I've seen him really
fall
off a lot of roofs in different videos.
It's getting close to double digits. It's a lot to fall off of in the course of a few years. I'm making a section of them. We're 2/4 of the way done. That means halfway. 2/4. Stupid. Oh God.
We're 4/8 done.
He's already fallen off of 2 now. He's done 2.
That should be that's a video. Month. We should do 20 times Heath fell off a roof.
Okay.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah. I'd love to commentate on like Mystery Science Theater commentary. Like, it's just us in the background, like, oh, here he goes again.
Yeah. That's what people want to see.
He actually hates this too. He's listening to the podcast right now going, God damn it, everyone only likes my skating because of my falls. He like
No, hey, Heath has some sick tricks, dude. Don't discredit the tricks that Heath does. He's got good style and he does sick tricks, but he also falls.
Yet another guy
like Jason Howard.
Giggle to when I watch him skate. I'm like kind of like low-key giggling the whole time. The first time I watched his candy section, me and Fuji were over there in the corner giggling, and he was like, "Shut the fuck up!" He got all mad at
me. But it's also a little bit fun to egg on Heath and get him upset.
I love it. Yeah. If I don't make fun of you, I don't like you.
Right.
So I kind of have to.
And here's another, speaking of liking, here's another admiration of your Jumbo from Ben Sanders.
Man.
So there you go.
I see it. My dog. I appreciate you, dude. Ben, so every time I make something, I think I've said this in the comments a lot. Every time I make something, I feel like I'm just sending my video out there into the void. I feel like I just spent 5 to 7 hours editing something, and then just no one's going to give a crap about it because that's just how it feels. And then whenever I get comments back, I'm like, okay, thank God people kind of care. And then whenever I see Ben's post, especially where he's live streaming and people are watching it, I'm like, this is fucking incredible. The first time I was like, oh my God, like it feels so good to know that what you're doing is at least is being liked by some people. It doesn't even have to be a lot. It can just be a few, but to put it out there for my people, to want to add my little piece of like, my piece of the puzzle to rollerblading, like here it is, have it. Like, thank you, Ben. That's my big main point. Thank you, Ben. Watching those live streams and hearing that stuff is so cool. Being on the podcast is cool. I feel washed up. I don't know why the hell I'm on this thing, but thanks so much, man. Like,
hey,
appreciate you.
You're a legend. You're a legend.
Cool.
And you're still doing stuff that's cool. So it's cool to have you on here and hear about it. And here's somebody else, Russ. Jumbo's actually what I've been wanting for a long time. There you go. I'd love for Basement to do something similar. So
hold on. If Basement does it, I'm out of here. I can't compete with that.
I feel like it wouldn't be as similar because what makes Jumbo so fun is the personalities of the Austin guys. They have such strong personalities. you know, and they're completely different than the basement guys. It's like, I mean, they have personalities too, but it's a
Yeah.
completely different, you know, group that's, you know, they're not really similar. So it's like, even if they did something similar, it wouldn't really be similar because none of you guys are your two groups aren't similar. So
I say that as a joke. I think this way. If there's so much sick content on YouTube that I feel like I can't keep up, or that no one wants to watch it because there's so much other awesome stuff that's way freaking better, cool. Like, please, if you got a sick idea and you're, you know, like, you don't even have to be good. As long as it's entertaining, like, absolutely do it. Please, God, do it. Because the whole reason I started in the first place doing this jumbo project was because I feel like we're lacking a lot of different kinds of content. And I want to fill in the gaps if I can. Like, it doesn't have to be wild and crazy, dude.
I feel like
35 to 45, maybe.
what's nice.
Like,
I feel like what's nice about the jumbo content compared to others, like there's a lot of content I want to do, but it's kind of like some of these stuff like Tom was, where there's a lot of work. You got to, you know, get footage, edit it together, and like find stuff. You know, search YouTube, and you know, it's a lot of work. And with the jumbo stuff, it's like, you know, you film the session and you edit it down, and it's a little bit more streamlined. You know, a little bit less work than those other projects, but almost more rewarding in a way. You know, and it can come out fast. It can come out faster.
It's easy knowing that every Saturday, I know the boys are going to meet up by 10 a.m. And I know that regardless of where we go, whether it's just a step on the ground or a massive kink rail, they're going to go for it. And I know there's going to be lulls. And I know, like, I'm going to have the camera on. It doesn't even have to be filmed well. As long as I have some audio that I find amusing and one or two tricks that are okay, we did it. We did it. And that's the whole point. Just, even if it sucks, just keep going. Keep putting it out. Keep trying your best to, like, refine it. And and at the end of it all, like, you know, the sum of everything will be better than that one mistake you made. Just keep going.
Right.
You know? Getting inspirational over here today, Jan.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. One of the topics I had on my list, of my very small list I made. So when I said to Cody,
you and I did no prep work for this.
Well, when I said to Cody,
pretty well.
It's going well. It's when I said to Cody, let's do a podcast. He's like, "What do you want to talk about?" I said like 5 things, and he's like, "Sounds good." And I said I would write a list and send it to him, and I did. Because what I've decided with these podcasts, I do another show. It's called Let's Talk Rollerblading. It usually has like Lawrence Ingram on it or Frank, and we just talk like we're talking now, conversational. And I like that better. It's more comfortable than going through this list of 4 pages of paper, you know, like both sides, and
it's
go
more
through
organic.
ask questions. And if I don't know somebody, maybe that works better. You know, if I know you well enough and know enough about you that having this conversation is more fun, less stressful, and less, almost like less, I don't know. It's less of an interview, less robotic. That's just how I feel with it.
A lot of the times, I listen to podcasts all the time. I like quit listening to music because I'm old, I guess. I just listen to people talk all the time. Cool. Like this. So I notice it's good that you didn't write a bunch of questions, because about 5 minutes into talking about something, that's where you hit the meat. You know, that's where you're like, okay, they had enough time to actually feel comfortable in their discussion to say something original and accidentally thoughtful. And maybe we've done that a few times so far. I don't remember. I've had 1 beer.
It's a lot for you.
Calm down. Don't tell these people this.
Now we have, okay, before we move on to the next topic I want to talk about, we've got a few more people giving you props on Jumbo. So let's go ahead and put those out there. Dude, Jumbo's amazing. Thank you from another legend, Doug Williams.
Man, so cool.
And
thank you, dude.
And Spook Wackadoo. Jumbo is that smooth beer in the morning that cures a hangover.
I love this dude. You are a pleasure, my man. Like, seriously, you comment on everything, and I deeply appreciate it.
And then Russ says, it's getting to know the skaters' personalities during a session. I'm assuming basement would be like scientists. I can imagine them in little lab coats, like drawing their tricks on the board. what they're gonna do?
those are the two dudes I've never met, is the Kelso brothers.
Oh, really?
I briefly spoke to Colin Kelso at that Blade Cup, but I had just enough time to say like, hey, like all your stuff, really respect what you're doing. I'm gonna buy a shirt. Goodbye. Like, and that was it. But yeah, I've never met the Kelsos or anyone from Philly, really. Except for Jeremiah Dougherty. He's cool.
He's the one who was in Austin? Lived in Austin?
No. He moves around a bit, but
okay. Okay, so the question I want to talk to you about, or the topic, not a question, really, is Josh Ferguson brought up too. You need to talk more about New Orleans.
So he doesn't mean New Orleans.
He doesn't mean New Orleans. Oh, he means
he doesn't mean New Orleans. Now I will talk about New Orleans. I'm happy.
So what does he mean?
Orleans, hilarious. Come here.
Did he talk about the dog?
He's talking about a dog.
Oh, okay.
She's afraid for some reason.
And you named her after New Orleans.
Yeah. Well, sort of. I had a great great aunt named Nola, and I also wanted to move to New Orleans. I've had this dog for like 10 years. This is Nola.
Hey, Nola.
And he loves my dog, and that's why he said that. So here she is.
Well, hey, Nola, a cutie pie.
Yeah.
So
and now she's a part of the podcast.
So now on to New Orleans itself, a place you lived, and you moved there from Austin. New Orleans, to me, it's like, when Jason Howard moved to Houston, like nobody from Austin moves to Houston. But you moved to New Orleans, which is like, it's like hot and humid, and there wasn't. I don't think there was a lot of skaters at the time. I might be wrong, but what was New Orleans like? How was it like living there compared to like Austin? Like, I know it's a lot more humid. Austin's humid and hot, but New Orleans is like next level. And I love New Orleans because of the food, and I skated there a couple times, but I don't think I could handle more than 2 days in New Orleans. How long were you there? How was it like?
So everyone thinks New Orleans, and you think I'm going there to party, like how you think about Vegas. I'm about to go fuck it up, I'm going to bourbon, getting drunk. But whenever you live there, it's actually one of the more sober times in my life. I was like surrounded by it. I didn't really want to do it all the time. I didn't move there for skating either. I moved there for like just a life experience.
Okay.
Beautiful city. I believe it's as far as like clips and stuff are concerned. I know. I believe Rollerblade went one time and they made an edit, which is cool. There was another video. I think it was called "Smell the Onion." Had a Stu from there. He had a part. That's an older video though. I'm talking about within this decade. There's been one edit, as far as a notable edit. Out of New Orleans, one of the most interesting cities in the nation. Why aren't we filming here, boys? What are we doing?
I met some skaters there from. I met some skaters from New Orleans at Bitter Cold.
Andrew Waddle, Andrew Beard, Miles Glenn lives there. The homie that runs the Turkey and the Wolf, like one of the most famous restaurants. Mason. Yeah, like there's a small tight knit crew there. They're all cool. Great city. I highly suggest everyone goes. It's an experience. I think flights are pretty cheap, depending.
We used to drive. In the 90s, we used to drive to New Orleans once a month to go skate and eat food, and that was like a regular thing we did every year. All year long. And I feel like Austin people have really gone down there for that since then. They used to have a skate park there called Down South, which is really, really good indoor skate park. I went there with Jared McVay for Birth Tour or Detour, or one of those Chris Edwards things back in the day.
Yeah.
Did you ever go to any of those?
No. I didn't. I wasn't around like within the scene like until 2009.
Okay.
I've skated since 98, but I was so like backwoods and broke and just it was just all so far removed. If you don't have someone there kind of bringing you into the fold, or this is how I feel at least, like if you don't have some guy just pushing you early on to be like, hey, go to this event. Hey, fly across the nation to the city you've never been to go to an event you know almost nothing about, you're hard pressed to do it. If you're that type of person listening, absolutely do it. Here's your push. Go on and do it. Like, for sure. Like, go to one of the big ones. But yeah, I just didn't, it took a lot of time to go, except for Hoedown. I'd go to Hoedown. It's 2 hours away. I could do that.
Right. Those were some good events to go to. mean, you meet a lot
That was
of
a
people.
big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. It was one of the biggest ones during that
Yeah.
period.
Dude, Arlo's back too, doing stuff. Isn't that cool?
Cody, your audio's out.
Can you
I think your
can
headphones
you hear
died.
me?
Can't hear you.
Oh no.
They're
They're
not.
not.
No audio.
Oh crap.
Disconnect.
It happens.
Let's see if
How do I
technical
do this?
difficulties here,
I'm
guys.
sorry.
He broke the internet. Oh, and now he's gone. All right. Well, I'm sure he's coming back. So again, thanks everybody for watching. If you have any other questions for Cody, post them. Probably do about another 20 minutes or so of this live stream if he comes back. Make sure and hit the like button, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon to be notified. Cody, are you there? No audio?
I can hear you.
What happened yesterday? You got the computer to work with no headphones?
I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
Can
you not hear me?
Well,
Can you not hear me?
Is broken. Can you disconnect the headphones and just use your computer?
Can you not hear me? John?
I can hear you now.
Oh my god. Such bullshit.
You guys hear Cody? You guys are hearing Cody perfectly? I don't hear him at all. All right. Okay. My mic's not good. Let me see here. Cody.
Works. I can hear you just fine.
Someone said they can hear you.
I can hear you just fine.
But I can't hear you. I'm going to go ahead and log out too and see if that makes a difference. Settings. Sorry, everybody, for technical difficulty. I'm going to switch to my speaker. I'm a MacBook Pro speaker. How's my audio now? How's my audio sound? Any good? Bad? Audio.
I can hear you so much better.
Cody, I can hear you. Can you hear me? All right. How's my audio sound now, people?
You don't sound like a robot.
Have I been sounding like a robot the whole time, or just recently?
To me only.
All right.
Sorry, everyone. I don't know what happened. That's the scary part about doing this live.
Yeah. Well, you know, I always something happens. I think was good up until, half an hour ago. So, okay, let's get back to the live stream. There's a couple people that showed up. Well, Rob G left, and he missed all of this. So, bye, Rob G.
Bye, Rob G.
And then we have another Austin legend, Anthony Medina. Cody knows sign language.
Medina's in the chat. Cool.
And my audio is messed up. We can hear Cody. So they could hear you, but they couldn't hear me. I don't know what was happening.
Okay. But you sound good now.
Yeah. So anyway, anybody in the live chat have any questions for Cody? Go ahead and post those, and we will ask Cody the questions if he wants to answer.
I'm gonna be interested to hear if there's any good questions, because I know all my friends are gonna come with some dumb shit.
Yeah, so good questions for Cody. We're not 5 years old. You don't have to ask dumb questions. Get some good juice, some good questions for Cody. Now, I guess we wrapped up New Orleans, right? Was there anything else you want to say about that?
Yeah, it's good enough. It was a quicker blip on my radar, and I feel like I wasn't there long enough to truly speak to the town and give it the the props it's due. I hope one day someone does, though. Why did I snitch on Jan about the NIM soles? I totally dropped that diamond of knowledge. Do you remember this at all?
About the grinding down of NIM soles?
So, yeah, we're cat's out of the bag. Been out of the bag. My very first podcast was mushroom blading, damn near 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And on that podcast, I just accidentally let it slip that the first run of NIM soles was a mistake, and you got all these soles without a groove. And then you had DL make that video about like make your own groove, and like he did it, like marketed it that way. It's genius because I believed it. Everyone believed it, and it made sense. Also, the best groove I've ever had.
I think it was the best marketing, one of the best marketing campaigns I've ever done in blading to save a fucked up product. And I mean, what was terrible about that is, I think I probably told you then, but we premiered those skates at Winter Clash because the guy Michael Byer from BMAG was our distributor, but he didn't want, and we had samples for people to skate in every size, but he wanted grooves in them. So I sat there with John Elliott drummeling grooves in these fucking sole plates, and the plastic's so hard. It took so long to dremel these sole plates. So
honestly,
ask Jan if his back still hurts from that dodgeball. Sorry, Jan, I don't even remember the dodgeball. I've broken my back since then, so my back hurts. Not from the dodgeball; it's from actually breaking it. So I can answer that question. No.
Oh my gosh.
And Jumbo X VT Blading Camp collaboration.
Yeah,
100%. You guys need to come on
I've already talked to some people about it. We're completely down.
That's because Michael Pratt's been on every one of them so far, and he can vouch that it's fun.
I've never been to Vermont. I've really only been to the Northeast like one time, so I'd love to give her a go. Looks pretty.
Did you go to Rollerblade offices ever? Okay, because the Rollerblade headquarters is only an hour south of me.
In Connecticut, I believe.
No,
right?
It's in New Hampshire.
That's it. Yeah. Never got to go.
Rollerblade and Rosie's are across the street from each other in West Lebanon, New Hampshire.
Weird.
The Rosie's office is very small compared to Rollerblade. Rollerblade's very, 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 very large. It's also like, because it's a bunch of ski brands too and stuff, so it's like a big compound.
Is it called like Nordica or something?
It's Nordica. It's Technica Group, so it's Nordica, Technica, and Blizzard. That's
what it is, yeah.
And right when we were about to ask questions for Cody, Anthony says, "Here I was thinking of a dumbass question." Oh, that's awesome. Cody, can you only skate one of these for the rest of your time? Vert ramp or mega ramp?
Vert. No, that's easy. That's really easy. Mega ramp, you can get like destroyed. You get destroyed on both. But if you see these OG vert riders, they can just go out there and crank airs like it's no problem. I'll be an old guy with some big old knee pads, no problem. We'll get some khaki cargo shorts and a helmet, listen to Pennywise and skate a vert ramp, whatever. That's what those guys do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those old vert guys. Do we even have old vert guys?
Have you skated vert?
I've skated a vert once.
That's scary.
I did it one time. I back railed the coping. I felt like a man. I was like, I did it. Did this shit. It's the scariest thing, dude.
I mean, Austin's got an old vert guy, Biff.
Oh, he's old roller skater, like OG legend. Like, I know the roller skating trend's booming and everyone can do what they do, but our guy Biff is carving 30 miles an hour crab stance in a bowl, like grinding 100 feet at a time, and he's like
Biff
60.
He's been killing his parks. I remember going out to Marble Falls and stuff, and him skating doing almost cooler stuff than dudes in their 20s, on his quad skates before it was cool to do that on quad skates.
Yeah, I remember seeing this being like, one, weird, people do this still, and two, I don't want to skate with the bowl with this guy because I look like a wiener compared to this madman.
Mm-hmm. And he's fast. I remember, I don't think you ever went on him, or maybe you went on one when I used to do those those night skates in Austin, like the long distance skates?
I went on one. Yeah.
And Biff would go on those, and he was just faster than anybody. He's just hauling ass, bombing hills, like oldest dude, just shredding it, hauling ass, like unbelievable.
That's cool. But yeah, vert. I think there's more longevity in vert, so that'll answer the question.
I agree with you because I don't, mega ramp. First of all, you can't just skate it back and forth. You always got to do your trick and then climb up the ladder.
You get towed back up there with a golf cart or something.
Yeah,
I don't got time for that.
Ramp, you get a session that you can, do a line for, an hour. Doug Williams, I got to take the pups outside, but my question is, Jumbo going to go to any other cities for any episodes?
100%. That's definitely the goal. The thing is, I didn't intend to like. It's really kind of I wanted to do a soft start. Like I need time to like make the stuff I want to make. So I just wanted to kind of start the project, get my feet wet. I wanted to have it ready to go by the time I'm ready to be loud about it. Because I haven't been that loud about it. I've just kind of been posting it like, hey, here's a link on my gram to my YouTube, like. But whenever it's time to be loud, I'm going to start really pushing. I want to do some tours. I want to get the boys, like get a van if I can. Hard to get all these dudes
a
in
jumbo
a van.
That'd be sick.
I don't want to buy a van. I want to rent a van, like how they did.
You should buy like a Mercedes Sprinter 4-wheel drive camper van.
I could.
Jumbo on the side of it.
I'm not afraid to make a bad financial decision, Jan. Don't test me. But I definitely want to like go to some events and film them. I tried to do that at the Frankie invite last year, and I just dropped the ball. But that's fine. So yeah, bring the boys out and just kind of keep the party going. I want to be around, include everyone, say hi to everyone, like, and let's party. That's the goal. Like this isn't serious. I'm not filming for something like quote unquote real. Like let's all hang out and see each other, come say what up, and I want to film the madness. So yes, Doug, we're gonna come see.
I hear Rob G will be back sometime here in the near future. Not Rob G, Rob Z, Rob Zabranik.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
We gotta get him on the show.
Wow, that's gonna be chaotic.
You guys should pick him up.
Go pick him up.
Yeah, like when the day gets out, go pick him up.
Oh my
episode live. It could be your first live stream episode. Of
I love Rob Z, but he'd look at me like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Like, what are you doing here?" That's funny. That's cool. I'm surprised.
Oh, go ahead.
I was saying I'm surprised there hasn't been any bad questions. These are all actually decent questions here.
People seem to like you then.
Good.
They're not trying to put you on a spot. So what is your most embarrassing experience while on skates, skating related?
I shit my pants at the skate park one time with Anthony. I was trying something, no public bathrooms. He got it on film, actually. It's in some edit where I shit my pants. Andy Cruz style. No, it wasn't that bad. I'm kidding.
At some point in their life.
I'm kidding. So that was a bummer. I was young. It's been a long time since then. So there's your embarrassing moment. I guess. I think I have a lot. I got. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, I don't know. That's good enough.
What about? I mean, I don't know if it's embarrassing, but when was it Frank that got you like some milk in the middle of summer for your? You were thirsty and he brought you milk instead of water?
I got that for Heath. Me and Heath were skating in 110-degree weather. We didn't even know each other that well at this time. But 110, he's dying. You're a ginger, Jan. You understand the heat's not good for you, man.
No, it's terrible. And Heath would be much more comfortable here in Vermont.
But yeah, he's dying in my car. He's like, "Oh, dude, I gotta have some water." He didn't have like cash on him, and I was like, "I got you, family. Wait right here." And I came back with a big, hefty chocolate milk. He's like, "I hate you, dude. I hate you so much." He had to he couldn't help it. He had to drink the whole chocolate milk in the middle of the weather.
That's like the worst things you could do.
Immediately starts projectile vomiting just everywhere, man. It was so bad.
Oh wow!
We've been friends ever since.
That's a good one. Who is Bobby G?
I don't know. Never heard of him. No clue. Ask Anthony, not me. I don't know.
What are the best pants to skate in?
Depends on who you are. I know right now everyone's on this 90s throwback trend, wearing all kinds of different kinds of fits and flame beanies and what have you what. But
I don't think there's a lot of people wearing flame beanies.
I believe that the best pants of all time are, and I'm going to lose a lot of you here, skinny jeans from Target that stretch. They're the Target men's section. Skinny jeans, they stretch, they last. I've had these pair for a year. Granted, I haven't been skating a lot. They're great. Those are the ones. Those are the ones I swear by. Oh, they're like 25 or $30. They're cheap. You kidding me? Get in there.
What's Cody's opinion on mooks?
I mean, sounds easier than those 125 skating freestyle, that's for sure. Mook frames. All right. I make jokes all the time about if you don't skate flat, it doesn't count. That's rich coming from someone who skated anti for 20 years, right? It's a joke, but I like to hard press my friends. Like, you know, it's like a meme. Like, imagine skating anti in the year 2023. Stupid. But also, let's go ahead and put this out here. Skating flat's better. You're easy to maneuver more. We have a bajillion frame options now that are made for it that make it as easy to grind like you're skating anti. Why not have the best of both worlds, baby? Why make yourself miserable on mooks? We're not grinding, you know, big boy pipes. You know, we're probably skating the skate park out here. So I think it makes more sense to skate flat. But if you really want to get real with it here, flat or it doesn't count isn't good enough. Metal or it doesn't count, boys. You're not skating metal frames, it's fake skating, and you're not even doing tricks anymore. So
there you have it. Right from Cody.
I'm kidding. I'm joking. But I'm hoping that's why that question got asked, because I definitely hate on skating anti-rocker in the year 2023. I think it's stupid. As a joke.
I haven't skated anti-rocker in years.
Never heard of it.
No. Now, what was your favorite section you ever put out?
I only put out a few.
I know those
Surprising I even got as far as I did, thinking about that now. So Long Rodeo isn't a section. That's pretty good. That's it. That's the one. And I choose that as a favorite one because it's a beautiful time in my life to look at, filled with fun and regrets, and it's honestly something really sweet that Jay made for me. I think I don't think he made it for me. I think he made it because he wanted to make a project. But you know, it's part of my life.
I mean, it was about you, you know. So you know, it definitely made it.
That's not a section though. It's definitely a video, and it has all my boys in it. So yeah, it doesn't count.
I mean, it's definitely a good one, but what of the ones you filmed? Is there one you like? I mean, how many have you made? You said a couple.
Tainted Youth, Footwork. All these are so old, and they're basically off the internet. That's weird too. Whenever you put in all this work and it's not on a hard copy, like everyone has like DVD sections. One day YouTube can just be like, oh, no more. Right. All your stuff's gone. All your work's gone. Goodbye. Same goes for Vimeo. That was a bad idea. Why the hell did we put everything on Vimeo? Oh God, we lost so much rollerblading content on Vimeo that never got migrated to YouTube. Bad move. Okay. Still haven't answered your question, Jan. Probably Tainted Youth.
Okay.
Tainted Youth. I mean, that's an impossible to find section just about, but that was I was skating decent. It was fun. It was real. You know, it was just down home skating. And it was just with my boys. No pressure. Do whatever you want, however you want to do it. No one was sitting there going, hey, you need to do it again. That sucked. Hey, you landed lava. Like, you know, like it was fun.
I was actually watching, you know, some of the old videos I made, like Stills video and stuff. And it's funny because people were pretty picky about tricks back then. But then I look at the clips and there's like a lot of stuff people wouldn't use today because the landing's not as good, or it's not that clean. Or I mean, sure, a lot of people would use it, but certain people wouldn't use them.
Mm-hmm. What's still one of my favorite videos of all time? Still this video.
No, awesome.
Yeah, love it, dude. I rewatched that. I rewatched that Tory Tree Seater section the other day, and I was like, "It's badass."
Did you see I posted the remaster? I did a HD remaster. It's on his channel. You can check it out. Check out my channel and check out the Still This Video remaster. The only section it doesn't have is the Charles Knuckle section because YouTube, Neil Young won't let people on YouTube, so I had to take the section out.
Bummer.
And I didn't feel like re-editing it or putting it for song over it, so I just took it out completely. But it looks, I've got the software for remastering. It looks pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, isn't that
I actually had the original master. I had the master for that video, so I was able to remaster the master copy. So the quality is the best you've ever seen. Still this video.
I think that's the best Razors video, and that's crazy to say when you realize it's the AM video, the AM video. Like, you know, it's still my favorite. So much just attitude in that one.
It's it's funny because it's the AM team. It's the riders who were pretty much neglected and all became the biggest pros. For every other company afterwards. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Not all of them. Yeah. Where'd Dustin Jones go? Where's that guy?
He's like a doctor somewhere. But look at Stockwell. I mean, his career was shadow. For years. Like
top 3 in those years for sure.
Same Kelso's and
damn. That was a thick video, dude.
Yeah. I like Colin Kelso, the trick in the intro where he goes like this and then he does that, jumps into that wood and does that
the 5?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite things I filmed. That clip.
That was a weird 5 too. It was like a freestyle Liu Kang.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool though. A little extra.
Yeah, that one was really cool. And speaking of tricks, Terrorize wants to know what the hardest trick you've landed. You remember?
I had nothing. I ain't never done nothing hard, man. They're all hard for me. I don't have a regular. Everything's switch. I'm kidding. I don't know. It's probably something off camera during a hoedown that no one filmed. Mm-hmm. Straight up. And that's a real answer too. I remember doing some awful things at hoedown, like really pushing it. I'd probably look at the clips now and be like, ooh, that was ugly. I remember I was trying 540 abstract backslide on that up across and down box there as a kid, as a child. I'm sure it looked terrible, but I know I did one, and that's fine. So I'd like to say probably that. But that was also 15 years ago. So I think if the trick's as old as that, it doesn't really count anymore. So there's my bad answer. I don't really do hard tricks, man. And that's the thing. You don't really have to do hard tricks. You just have to have a blast.
You just have to have fun, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, Dustin, go back to New Orleans. Just a real quick answer. What is your favorite thing about New Orleans? I lived there for a short time as a kid, but never got experience as an adult.
I think my favorite part about it is this. Go to any major city, whether it's Phoenix or like LA, go to any big one, right? And if you're in the middle of downtown, you really couldn't tell what city you're in. It's all just high-rise buildings, and there's a Starbucks, and here's a this and that. And you can get around to certain areas. You might find the mom and pops, the things you're looking for. If you're in the middle of downtown New Orleans, you know exactly where the hell you are. Mm-hmm. It's completely unique. I believe it to be one of just 3 or 4 completely unique cities in the nation, like San Francisco, New York City. I put New Orleans on that list as well. And that alone, the fact that everyone there is different, everything about the city and what it is they are projecting is different. The lifestyle alone, different. Just existing in that space is beautiful. And I think that that's another reason I think everyone should visit that place. It's super cool.
Awesome.
Hope that's a cool answer, man.
Very good.
That's all I got.
Good. Heath, Jan and I pooped our pants at the same time on the way to court, and that is a true story. That did happen.
What's up with this? This is there's a lot of this.
Medina, what about when your shoulder popped out at Donate the Skate event?
What about? Why are we talking about this? I don't want to talk about this.
Okay, how about this one?
He knows I get PTSD from this, and he's doing
really?
this to me on purpose. Dude, if you've ever had an awful injury, I don't know if anyone agrees with this. I think about it all the time. I can still feel it. It's been years, and it grosses me out. I'll be laying there at night sometimes, and I'm like,
Anthony,
oh, God.
Bad Anthony.
Oh.
Don't terrorize poor Cody Sanders with those questions. Next. This is the real shit. Why did you bring Timo to my house? That's a solid.
Why are we talking about
that's
this?
That's a solid question, though, because I would ask that same question if that happened to me.
I didn't bring anyone. I rode with you and Frank there, for the record, so I didn't bring anybody. I'm gonna keep this short because I don't ever want to talk bad about anybody, even if they potentially deserve it. Brought this dude to the house. Kind of sort of used to skate. He did do some nice things for me, so I have to put that out there as well. But like, as far as him being a nice guy towards the end of that run, he like pulled out J-Ferg's gun in the house while he was wasted, acting crazy at this house party. Left Andrew, like tiny baby Andrew Broom, like, you know, young, not an adult version of him, stranded on the side of the highway. Our friend J-Ferg had to come scoop of Andrew and handle business, and we never saw that guy again. Why are we talking about this on the podcast? This is a skating podcast, not a life drama from the past podcast. My God.
I kind of forgot about that, but that was it was skating related after party for the Southside event, right?
Yeah, the Gentleman's
Blading. Or was it TSS?
Southside
What was it, Southside or TSS?
We've had a lot of funny crew jokes over the years. The Gentleman's Blading Club was another one. Just like us, like you know, having a crew. Curb Killer Click was another one. But J-Ferg would put on these really cool events in Houston where we'd rent out the skate park and we'd all dress up really fancy, like bow ties and nonsense, and go to the Gentleman's Blading Club soiree and just skate the park all night.
Oh yeah,
yeah, very fancy. Yeah, a lot of champagne, a lot of money. I'm kidding. Mostly.
Any idea when the broom skate's coming out?
What? Who? Who's that? I've never heard of him. Apparently never. I've actually heard that they're gonna come out with a legacy pair of all, like they're gonna redo all the older pros first. Like they're gonna do another set of classic skates. Like they're gonna put out the Murda skates. They're gonna put out who else is on the old team? I'm blanking. But yeah, after all the other pros get a re-release, then after that, when Andrew Broom hits the age of 30 to 35, I believe maybe his might come out.
Or 35 to 45.
Because I think you have to be over 30 to have a pro boot. Ask him. I don't want to talk about this.
Again, blame Anthony. Anthony is just asking the questions.
Oh God, I shouldn't have told everyone to watch it. I should have told them not to watch it.
So you know what? I mean, it's 8:53. I like to keep these down to 2 hours.
I'm having a lot of fun though. I'm just kidding, everyone. That was fun.
Well, if there's anything like you want to discuss that we haven't, let me know. In the meantime, if you're watching this video, make sure and hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and make sure to be here next Sunday, April 8th, for podcast
Michael
with Michael
Kraft, the man.
34. It should be really interesting. And I want to let you guys know that right now, I like wearing shin guards, knee pads. I wear the G-Form shin knee pad combos because I used to split my shins open all the time. And right now, G-Form pads are on sale for $72 instead of $120 on their website. And I have a link in the description below if you guys want to get a good deal on some shin guards. So, what about you?
If you wear tight pants like me, those are the only guards that are going to fit under those.
They fit underneath pants. My tight Levi's, no problem. And like literally, I split my shin open at house parks like 3 times back in 20-something, and got these. Never split anything yet. Do you worn these?
Yeah, I have. I don't have the knee version. I have just the shin version.
Okay.
Dude, I swear by G-Forms.
Yes.
I didn't wear pads.
It's not bad.
I didn't wear pads for a long time, but I just bit the bullet and was like, I at least need shin guards. Like I'm not doing anything worthwhile anyway. Wear some shin guards.
Especially when
G
you're
forms are great. Yeah, right. So I guess if I was to sign it off, because I know you're trying to get out of here, Jan. I don't want to keep you all night. Follow at Jumbo Blading. It's on YouTube. Follow me on the gram at
check it out. Jumbo on
Jumbo.brand.
YouTube. Follow Jumbo. I do have a link in the description right now.
Yeah.
To Cody's Instagram, which is just Cody Sanders with 2 C's.
Oh, it's another S at the end, but okay.
Oh, and 2 S's.
Enough. Yeah.
You know what?
So yeah, and I say that not because it's a shameless
like that,
plug, but
Cody Sanders.
My man. Hey, I appreciate that.
Follow him. It's link in the description below and link to Jumbo description below.
Yeah, Jumbo on YouTube. It's not a shameless plug for your boy. I'm just trying to I really do want to make something different. I want to try and make something. I'm going to make classic sections too. I got a couple coming out, tricks to music. We've been doing it for years. We get that. I want to do a couple more kinds of different series and things. If you're bored, you want to kill 15 minutes, watch some dudes have fun, and then also watch some of, I think, the better current rollerbladers do their thing. I really do think that way about Andrew. I think Andrew and Michael Kraft are both fantastic. I watch them skate and I'm appalled at how good they are. Mm-hmm. It's fun, man.
Very good.
Holler at your boys. We're here. I'm gonna keep making stuff. And thank y'all if you watched or commented, man. That was so cool.
Yeah. Thanks everybody.
And thank you, Jan. This is so fun, dude.
Oh, you're welcome.
We should do this all the time.
We should do it every day. We got the other show. I said, let's talk rollerblading. That one I usually just pick 4 topics, and we just talk about those.
I'm an absolute freaking nerd when it comes to parts and stuff. That's why I'm just picking up parts around my table the whole podcast.
Right, well, let's do a parts talk,
dude.
Parts talk.
I'll happily dork out heavy on that. So shout out to you, man, and shout out to Jan for sure. Making stuff is hard and it's thankless. It sucks. So Jan, thank you, dude. I appreciate you having me on your podcast and what you're doing.
Welcome.
Thank you, man.
Oh, Heath's got a question. How long has Dead Moon been a band? And they've been a band since 1987, the same year that Cody was born, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Born on the same day.
It's the same day that they picked up their guitar.
That's hilarious, man. Oh, dude.
And Vinny says, super chat, I will have to re-listen to this a few more times, definitely a few times, to get in all this knowledge we've been dropping, Cody. And Jan is the man, and Cody, I remember reading about him in magazines when I was young. Wow.
Dude.
That's awesome.
Awesome, man. That's so cool. Thank you, Vinny. All right, man. Crazy. Thank you, dude.
And Heath, and they aren't any better now yet? Well, they're dead. Or basically, there's one alive, so can't get much better when you're dead, right? I mean, some people might be able to get better when they're dead, but Heath is a bad person.
Yes, Puerto Rico,
dude. That's from when we went to Puerto Rico. Me and Heath and Mick and Jared McVay and Pancho and Kevin Barr running around Puerto Rico saying Puerto Rico the entire time we were there. That was pretty much something. And Heath, speaking of Heath and his wonderful falls, Heath fell and hit his knee on a piece of metal coming out of the ground on a roll-in, like an anchor or something. Hit his knee on it, and then he was in a wheelchair. The rest at the airport, he looked like from the army guy who lost his leg and the
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, that's what he looked like Lieutenant Dan in the wheelchair
because he was wearing that camo jacket back then. That's funny.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
And then Dustin says, blessed to have this pod and community always. Thanks for all the stories, Cody. So Cody's doing some cool stuff. Definitely have links in the description below. Like I said, I have links to my social media. I have Facebook, I have Twitter, I have Instagram. Go ahead and follow me on those. I have different content on those from the YouTube. So all sorts of different stuff. Again, next week, Michael Kraft. There's some special guests lined up. I'm going to try to do weekly guests again. And yeah, I have those links to those G-Form shin guards, each combo on sale in the description below.
thanks everyone so much for watching. Thank you, Cody, for joining me. I hope I look forward to seeing you in person again in the future. Hopefully I can come to Austin. Hopefully you can
come on, baby. I'll go to Vermont.
And I love and miss you too, Heath. Look at that. Same thought about it at the same time. So yeah, if you come to Vermont, that'd be awesome. You're gonna love it. Skating, swimming, and for anyone watching this, I do host the Vermont Blading Camp every year. It's happening in July this year. I will put the dates in the description below. Links to the article about the spots that we go to, so you guys can check it out. It's open to anyone. Blades, quads, 5 nights of skating, 4 nights of camping, swimming, fun times in the mountains of Vermont. So anyway, thanks again. I will see you soon. I'll talk to you soon. Take care, everybody. Goodbye. Logging out.
All right.
Boom.